How a single banking decision changed global wealth forever. Everyone thinks the modern financial system evolved naturally, that it adapted, improved, and matured over time. A smooth transition from old systems to new ones. But the truth is far more disturbing. It wasn't an evolution, it was a hijacking. And it began with a single decision most people were never taught to question. Imagine waking up in a world where money still exists, but no longer feels real. Prices don't explode overnight, but they never stop rising. Savings don't vanish instantly, they slowly rot. You do everything right, work hard, avoid risk, set money aside, and still fall behind. Banks aren't collapsing in the streets. Governments aren't panicking on television. Yet something essential has broken. Money is losing meaning, and almost no one notices. Even economists stay calm, which is impressive because they're usually confused long before they're alarmed. Charts keep going up, markets keep moving, politicians reassure the public, the system appears stable. That's what makes it so dangerous. The official story says this shift was necessary, a temporary fix, an emergency measure to protect global stability during a moment of pressure. They said it was about flexibility, about confidence, about keeping international trade alive. Responsible words, comforting words. Except they leave out the moment everything quietly snapped. Because here's the part they never emphasize. In 1971, the US dollar was disconnected from gold. With one announcement, money stopped being anchored to anything real. Before that moment, currency had limits, painful limits. Governments couldn't endlessly spend without consequences showing up immediately. Printing money meant draining gold reserves. Debt had a ceiling. Reality enforced discipline. After 1971, that discipline vanished. Behind closed doors, governments and central banks gained a new power, the ability to create currency almost endlessly. Not wealth, not value, currency. Numbers on balance sheets. Digital promises backed by nothing but faith and force. They flooded the system with cheap money while insisting nothing fundamental had changed. They promised inflation would be temporary. They promised restraint. They promised they were in control. This wasn't an accident. It was a ticking time bomb. Like juggling knives in front of an audience, smiling calmly and insisting you've practiced this routine for years, while knowing the crowd will be blamed when the knives start falling. And that's not even the darkest part. That new money didn't spread evenly. It never does. It rushed first to banks, financial institutions, corporations, and asset owners, the people closest to the source. Stock markets inflated, housing prices surged, assets became untouchable fortresses of wealth. Wages, meanwhile, barely moved. The average worker was told to be patient, to reskill, to budget better, to stop complaining. But no amount of discipline could outrun a system designed to reward proximity to money creation itself. Greed turned into denial. Denial turned into bubbles. Bubbles turned into crises. And every crisis required more money printing to fix the damage caused by the last round of money printing. Each intervention made the system weaker, but more dependent. Some experts still argue this wasn't a flaw. They say this is the system working exactly as designed. Crises weren't failures, they were transfer mechanisms. Moments where wealth quietly moved upward, debts were socialized, and the public absorbed losses they never agreed to take on. This was the moment the global economy cracked, not all at once, not loudly, but structurally, permanently. If money could scream, this is where it would have lost its voice. But here's the detail almost everyone ignores. The consequences never ended. Inflation didn't spike and disappear. It became permanent background.
It's all gone!
My
Debt
savings!
stopped being a warning sign and became a lifestyle. Governments normalized
Help us,
deficits.
we've lost
Central
everything.
banks normalized intervention. Entire generations grew up never knowing what stable money feels like. Your rising cost of living today is not a coincidence. Your shrinking purchasing power is not personal failure. Your inability to save your way to security is not bad planning. It's the echo of that one decision, still rippling out decades later. Finance was never about numbers
We are
and
thrilled
charts.
to announce
about
unprecedented
power,
growth and prosperity for
incentives,
all,
about
ensuring
who
a
gets the
brighter
money
future
first,
for
and
everyone
who
in the
absorbs
community.
the decay.
Our budgets are
And
cut
once
while
money
they
stopped
get
being
bailed out.
limited, power
We
stopped
demand
being
relief
checked.
now!
Governments learned they could delay consequences. Banks learned they could privatize gains and outsource losses. Markets learned they would always be rescued. The public learned nothing.
My economy can't handle this!
We are completely overwhelmed.
And if you think this story is
Help!
disturbing,
We need assistance
understand
immediately!
this. That decision didn't just change money. It changed politics. It changed money. It changed social trust. And what this system forces governments to do next, to maintain the illusion, to prevent collapse, to keep the machine running, makes the original decision look merciful by comparison. Because once a system runs on faith instead of reality, the cost of maintaining that faith always falls on the people who use it.